Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, June the 18th, and it's my pleasure to bring the most recent update for the city of Belleville as we deal with the COVID-19 pandemic in our community. And today finds me at West Wicks Park, which is the home of the 2021 PopUps. We have 13 businesses here offering a variety of food and beverages and ice cream and apparel and water activation. What we mean by that is rental of canoes and kayaks, and you can really enjoy everything here. So this is great. I will get back to what we're doing here in a few minutes, but for the beginning, I always start my videos off with an update of where we are as a region in terms of the health unit numbers. And as of yesterday, we have a total of 6 active cases in our region. There were no new cases yesterday. Since the very beginning, we've had 1,127 cases. And our trends for the last little while have been exceptionally good. And I'm really, really proud of everyone's efforts. Thank you. Through the beginning of COVID, we always knew that testing was going to be key, as I always talk about. And so as of yesterday, we're over 150,000 tests that have been done since the beginning. And that's at our COVID-19 assessment centers. It's at some of our pharmacies. It's at the hospital, and paramedics that have been going to people's homes doing testing. So that has been great. The really, really good news is that we are now through 133,000 vaccines that have been administered. 24,785 residents have been fully vaccinated. So that's 15% of our total eligible population. And we have next week, prior to a potential move to stage 2 or of the reopening that'll allow us to have further relaxations, we've got to hit that 20% number of fully vaccinated individuals, and we're well on our way. Groups that are currently eligible for vaccination are now anybody 12 years of age and older. You can book through the provincial booking system. I encourage everyone to book today at Ontario.com/book vaccine. The website's here on the screen. The earlier we all get vaccinated, the earlier we can all return to moving to have more relaxations, get back to our normal lives. The province has a framework of what's required for stage 2 and stage 3 reopening, and as sooner that we do it, the better for all of us. This week we had a Belleville City Council meeting, and a lot of business was conducted. Some of the things that I'm really particularly proud of, the Hague Park off of Hague Road, the Stanley Parkette and Cascade Park, we're replacing all the playground equipment in those 3 facilities, those 3 areas. And this is thanks to the federal and provincial governments. The federal government's kicking in 80% of the funding for that, the province of Ontario 20%. So thank you very much to Member of Parliament Neil Ellis for the Bay of Quinte riding, and also MPP Todd Smith and Daryl Cramp, our provincial MPPs, for the government support. It's going to happen this year, and we are now able to proceed with it. We also approved the contract with the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber runs lots of events for us, and in normal years they are huge. Waterfront, Canada Day, fall flavors of the fall, and other activities. So this year with COVID, we've had to scale it down, but they've pivoted and they've adapted really, really well. And we've approved curbside culture to replace what we traditionally had as the Waterfront Festival. We have Market in the Park, which is replacing flavors of the fall later this year. We are moving ahead with a drive-by Santa Claus parade again, as we did last year. But the hopes are that as we get these relaxations and we're able to modify it, we're still holding out. I'm still holding out a little bit of hope for on-street Canada Day parade, Christmas Santa Claus parade, but we'll have to wait and see how that all goes. And of course, we are proceeding with our Canada Day activities, again, scaled down. There'll be a private vehicle tour of some of our long-term care facilities to wave hello and share the best happy birthday we can for our country. I'll be joined by Member of Parliament Neil Ellis and MPP Todd Smith, and our Chamber of Commerce is organizing that. And so we're going to recognize some of our hometown heroes as well that have been a big part of keeping us safe during these COVID times. As I said, here we are at West Wicks Park, and today we're going to be opening the pop-ups. And here are some pictures from earlier today where we made the announcement. We're really celebrating this. This is amazing. A little delayed this year because of COVID, like everything else. We've had to change, but we finally did it. And as I said, there are 13 different vendors that are here on the pop-ups. You can see behind me, we've taken all these steps with areas in which to gather. Social distancing is a big part of it, including when you're outdoors. And this is all safe, and we appreciate the health units work with us to make this happen. If it's really, really busy, we always encourage you to come back another time. They will be here all summer. Here are the hours of operation that we will see in the month of June, and then moving into the month of July. And for more information, you can visit a website for Pop-Ups in the Bay. Here it is, www.popupsonthebay.ca. And you can get information on the vendors, their hours of operation, as well as some of the safety protocols that we have down here. You'll see on the pop-up, containers themselves, because these are temporary business ones. This year we also pay to have artists, local artists, decorate them. And so we have a number of them here, and it really adds a really nice touch this year to these kind of industrial-looking cargo containers. The murals really add a nice bit of it, and it is great. So the key for us is to enjoy this weekend safely and enjoy next week and the rest of the summer. Wash your hands, wear a mask when you cannot socially or when you can't watch your distance. So you wear a mask, those 3 W's. Wash your hands, wear a mask, watch your distance. Those things are the keys for us to moving forward. Get your vaccines, and we'll be back to normal as soon as we can. Some really great news. Belleville is in the news. We've all known about the Maclean's magazine that ranked us as the 4th best place to live in Canada. We've been in Business View. We're being featured in international and national magazines. Well, in Ontario, the Y magazine, which is published by the Institute of Planners of Ontario, Professional Planners of Ontario, featured Belleville and our housing strategy to deal with rental housing. And they've talked about how we fast-tracked. We went through the process to change all of our policies, the provincial regulations that we had to follow. Director Stephen Ashton and Manager Desta McAdam were really involved and instrumental in doing this. And this is going to bring, we were the leaders in calling for our housing summit, where we brought together all the different groups. And then now we've made all those changes to have a community investment plan that allows us to make concessions, financial concessions, incentives for builders and developers to build rental housing to really help the crisis that we're in. And so I'm really pleased that we're getting provincial recognition as well as being leaders, and I want to thank our staff that are involved in that. I just wanted to sort of point out something, and this is our wonderful outdoor space staff that, as you know, every year they beautify our city with plants and flowers. And along Dundas Street, just before the Bay Bridge on the north side of Dundas, we have in the Richard Potter Park. Richard Potter was a former mayor of Belleville, and there's a park just below the Hasty Peas Parkette at the top of Bay Bridge and Dundas Street. We have now an old Parks and Recreation truck that is being decorated with flowers in this flower area. And we're so lucky to have these staff who just they love our community, they have pride, they have passion, and they do an amazing job. And just look what they've done with this old truck that doesn't work anymore. We've really loved it, and I know that a lot of people are going to see this, like they have other flower displays, and really enjoy it. So, thanks very much to Anne Marie and all the staff that are involved in this. They do a great job with the Canada flag on the 401 and all of our baskets. There is now the living wall by City Hall. The pots, the planters are all in there. The city looks fantastic. And I know so many residents get back to me and talk about how much they really, really enjoy it. They're really proud of it. And so I hope you enjoy this latest installation that they've done. And I'll be back next week with another update from the City of Belleville as we deal with our COVID-19 times. Ask you all to have a safe weekend and take care.